Okay, now, I hate to break it to you, but that was more like one of my love poems. That was a little softer. Now we're going to get into the angry stuff. Actually, I'm going to do, I want to save, I'm lucky enough to be speaking after Omar Barghouti after his panel later in the afternoon, so I'm going to keep my heavy BDS-related stuff to after that. I'm going to do another poem called A Poem for Gaza. I don't know how much time I have, but I'll just keep going until I'm done. So if somebody just gives me a signal, one more poem or you're done. 6 minutes? Okay, I can squeeze in 2. This is called A Poem for Gaza. I wrote this during the onslaught which killed 1,400 people in 22 days. And it's really even hard to talk about Gaza because, we know that 500,000 children under the age of 5 died during sanctions in Iraq in the 1990s. I don't think that we'll know the effects of the sanctions, of the complete blockade on Gaza for years to come. So this is called A Poem for Gaza. It's a softer piece. Then we'll end angry. Okay. I never knew death until I saw the bombing of a refugee camp. Craters filled with disfigured elbows and splattered torsos, but no sign of a face, the only impression a fading scream. I never understood pain until a 7-year-old girl clutched my hand, stared up at me with soft brown eyes waiting for answers, and I didn't have any. I had dry pens in my back pocket that couldn't fill pages of understanding or resolution. In her other hand, she held the key to her grandmother's house. But I couldn't unlock the cell that cage-trolled her brothers. They said, we slingshot dreams so the other side will feel our father's presence. A craftsman built homes in areas where no one was building, and when he fell, he was silent. A .50 caliber bullet tore through his neck, shredding his vocal cords. Too close to the wall. His hammer must have been a weapon. He must have been a weapon, encroaching on settlement hills and demographics. So his daughter studies mathematics. 7 explosions times 8 bodies equals 4 congressional resolutions. 7 Apache helicopters times 8 Palestinian villages equals silence in a second Nakba. Our birth rate minus their birth rate equals 1 sea and 400 villages re-erected. 1 state plus 2 peoples, and she can't stop crying. Never knew revolution or the proper equation. Tears at the pages with her fingertips, searching for answers but only has teachers. Looks to the sky and sees stars of David demolishing squalor with hellfire missiles. She thinks back words and memories of his last hug before he turned and fell. Now she pumps dirty water from wells while settlements divide and conquer. And her father's killer sits beachfront with European vernacular. She thinks back words while they think back words of obscene notions and indigenous movements. This is our land, she said. She's 7 years old. This is our land, she said. And she doesn't need history books or a schoolroom teacher. She has these walls, this sky, her refugee camp. She doesn't know the proper equation, but she sees my dry pens, no longer waiting for my answers, just holding her grandmother's key, searching for ink.